Okay. So today, previous session we just, learned about what is API, where we are using in real time, what is the scope of API, in current market, and why it become huge demand. Okay. See, whatever the organization, whenever you are giving an interview, so you just check the job description, JD. Okay. Each and every company wants candidate to be have a knowledge on a API. Why? Because if you consider any application, all depends on API only. Okay, so since it is having a huge demand, so each and every company expect the candidate to have a knowledge on API, no, okay, API testing or API development. Okay, so yesterday we have seen that what is API, so and also how it is useful, and why we need to how we can integrating between client and server, how we can where we are using that, and how we can call, how we are calling that, and what language we are using. So all those things we discussed. Okay, so demo videos will be available in a YouTube. Okay, so previous demo, whatever we are covered, it will be available in a YouTube. Okay, after the session, they will maybe they send you, they will be sending you one link. Okay, means mail they will be sending you. In that mail, they will be attaching a demo link. Okay, so if you want to go through that, that is also very basic. Okay, if I want to go through that, you just go through that. Okay. But today is actually the concept that I'm starting at is, in the demos, I'm starting on concept like a JSON product. Okay. Hmm. So what is JSON? Anybody have a idea what is JSON? Hmm. What is JSON?
I don't know the exact observation, but
Okay.
we can do a data representation in the form of variable and key
Okay.
variable name and value kind of thing in array, uh,
Okay.
like that.
Mm. Okay. Yeah. So JSON stands for, the full form of a JSON is JavaScript Object Notation. Okay. So as the name suggests, we have to do something with the JavaScript, right? So JavaScript Object Notation. Okay. So data we are handling with respect to a object here. The full form of the JSON is JavaScript Object Notation. And what it will do, what JSON is doing here, okay? It's helping, it's a simple, okay? In other word, what is JSON? If they ask you in interview, what is JSON? Simple format to transfer data. Okay. Way to transfer in between two application, or in between two application, or between client and server. Okay. Or between client and server. Okay. So it's a simple format. I mean to say, see, JSON is used to create a data. Okay, to create a data, they have used. Okay, so we have a many format in real time. We have a text format, we have a HTML format, we have a XML format, and the similar way, JSON is also a one format create a data. Okay, so why to create a data? So it's a simple format to create the data. After creating the data, what it is doing, it's transferring the data between two application or client and server. Okay, it is the main purpose. Okay, they will ask you in interview what is JSON. It's a simple format to transfer the data. That's it. Okay, okay. What is the main purpose of the JSON? The main purpose of the JSON is to communicate between the two application, or to transfer the data to and from in the sense client to server, server to client. Okay, to have a seamless communication between the or client and server, or between the two application, we are using a simple format, that is JSON. Okay, it's very simple format compared to other languages. That's why nowadays JSON becomes so popular with respect to our development, with respect to our testing. Everyone are predominantly using a JSON only. Okay, other languages they are just cutting down. Okay, they are using a predominantly JSON only. So why they are using a predominantly JSON? We will be going to discuss the advantage now. Okay, so what is the main purpose now? What is the main purpose of JSON?
Transferring data.
Yeah, okay. Main purpose. Main purpose is to transfer the data. Transfer the data. Okay. So its main purpose is this only. Okay. Okay. So now, okay. So why it is predominantly used is the question, right? So why it is predominantly used whenever means we have other languages also. We have a text format, HTML
Uh,
format, XML format.
Ha- Harshil, 1 minute. Sorry for the disturbance.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, yes. Who's that?
Yeah, Babaya here. Actually, your voice is breaking sometimes. It's only for me or other girls also hearing the same. Can you please confirm?
I don't see any disturbance. I can hear
I have no
clearly.
problem. I have no
Okay.
problem. Hear me.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So, Baba, do one thing,
Yeah.
rejoin again.
Yeah. Tell me.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah. Sure.
rejoin again so that
Yeah.
rejoin so that yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Definitely.
Okay, 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 okay. Where I was. Okay. So, why everyone predominantly using this JSON nowadays? That's the question now. Okay. So the advantages of JSON. Advantages of JSON. Okay. Hmm. So the first advantage, it is very lightweight. Okay, JSON is very lightweight. So lightweight, like it's a very lightweight, and JSON is a very lightweight data interchange format. Okay, so it's very lightweight. I mean to say the syntax that it is following to create a data is very simple. Okay, and second one is it is easy to read and write. Okay, so it is easy to read and write means okay, it is easy to read and write means anybody can easily understand the data. Okay, means for example, if you are writing a code in a XML, okay, so in XML what happens while you are creating the code means while creating the data, you have to make use of so many tag there, means opening tag, closing tag. Then if you want to have a multiple data, multiple tags you have to open and you have to close. If you are a non-technical background and you are freshly means newly you are learning the course, okay, so by looking into that data you will not get you will not understand that what they are using, why they are opening the tag there, why they are closing a tag there, means you need some guidance with that. Okay, and also if you are very new to the concept, you will not understand what they are using to create a data. Okay, but here what happens in the JSON, if you look into the data itself, anybody can able to understand that what data they are following and how simple it is. And they will also learn easily and they will also understand it easily. Okay. Well, we are now also we are going to learn, right? So you will also understand that how easy it is compared to other language. In HTML and XML, we have to follow lot of tags in order to create a simple data also. We have to follow lot of tags. Okay. Sometimes if you miss the tags, the entire data will not work. Okay. And so in this case, it's very since it is having a simple syntaxes, it is very easy to understand and it is very easy to learn also. Okay. So that's what they're telling. It's very lightweight language because it follows a very simple syntaxes and it is very easy to read and write as well. Okay, anybody can able to understand it and adopt it. Okay, so this is the main usage of a JSON. Okay, so because of all this usage, the main thing is this is very simple, right? To exchange the data. Okay, so what happens, guys? So whenever we are using a tagging, I mean to say HTML and XML to process the tags itself. Okay, to process the tags itself, it take a much time. Okay, since it is a simple syntax, the processing of the data is also consuming a less time here. Okay, so the advantage of having a simple syntax is when it comes to a HTML, XML, and this JSON language, the JSON is following a simple syntax. So what happens when the data is processing in the background? So processing will not take much time since it contains a simple syntax. Okay. So, whenever we are writing the data in HTML and XML, the processing of the data itself take a much time compared to JSON because it has to go through the lot of tags, means opening tag and closing tag. For each and every data, it has to go through a multiple tags. It has to process the tag. After processing the tags, after coming after covering the tag, then it has to capture the data. Then it has to process the data. Okay. So in this, we are following very simple syntax, but just a name value pair of kind of thing we are following, key value pair we are following, and it is very easy also. Okay, now we are going to learn that. You will also understand that how easy and to to write and also to understand the JSON. You will also feel that. Okay, so this is one. What is JSON, and what is the main purpose of the JSON, and what is the advantages of the JSON. Okay, so if after covering this, then we'll jump into a syntaxes. Okay, syntax of the JSON that it is following here. So in JSON structure. Okay, JSON has built-in two structure. Okay, it has built-in two structure. Okay, so observe carefully, listen carefully. Afterwards, we will be going to create a data. You guys have to instruct me. Okay. Okay. Hmm. 1 second. Yeah. Okay. So JSON has built in a uh, mm, two structures. Okay. In JSON, we can see two structures. Okay. So what is that structure? Okay. So JSON object, JSON object, and JSON array. Okay. So JSON has built in a two structures. One is JSON object and one is JSON array. Okay. So what is this JSON object? Okay. So a collection of name value page. Okay. So JSON object is nothing but a collection of name value pairs. Okay. So now what is JSON array? Hmm. An ordered list of values. Okay. Okay. So just simple. Okay. So in JSON we have a two structure. One is defining an object, and another one is defining an array. Okay. So one we can define the object in a JSON, and another one is we can define a array in a JSON. Okay. These two structure we have. So now the question is how we can define this object, or we can define this array. Okay. So how we can define this object, how we can define this array is the question now. Okay. So now we will try to see how we can define the object and how we can define the array. Before that, what are the types we have? Okay. In JSON, what are the types we have that we will discuss. Okay. Then later on, we'll define a JSON object and we'll define a JSON array and we'll see how it is useful. Okay. So now JSON type. So we know that we can define a JSON in a two structure. One is JSON object and JSON array. Okay. So before defining the two structures, first we will understand how JSON, adapting a type means how it is, while defining how it is representing the data of a different type. How we have to represent the types of a JSON data. Okay, that we will learn. Then we will start creating a JSON object in JSON array. Okay. So now JSON type. What are the data types applicable in JSON? Okay. The first thing is always remember, okay, always remember JSON key always be a string format. Okay. So carefully listen. Afterwards, you guys have to tell while I'm creating a object and data. Okay. So always be a string format. Means the type of the key in JSON is always constant, that is string. Okay. And JSON values now. And JSON values. If you understand this much, then that is fine about the JSON. Okay. Okay. So now the JSON key always be a string format. Okay. So it's constant. It will not change. Okay. It will not change according to the value that we are passing. Okay. It's constant type, that is string format. Always the JSON key is a string format. And JSON value no. What all the types can be applicable for the JSON value? Okay. The one is so this is true. Okay. So here the value can be object. Okay. The value can be object. Okay. So how to define the object now? The value can be a object. So objects can be defined in open curly braces, close curly braces, Okay, and in between we are representing a data. Okay, so my key and this is my value. Okay, so okay, so value can be a object. How to represent an object? Opening curly brace, closing curly brace, in between key and value pair. Okay, so key and value pair here. So this is how I'm representing the object. Okay, so if you can take an example here, so like maybe I'm taking one more example here. Okay, opening curly brace. Maybe my key is name and my value is Harshil. Okay, I'm closing the data. So this is object representation, a single object representation with a single data. Okay, so the value can be an object. That is one thing. Next, I'm starting from here. So my value can be a array. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
hello. There is one
Yes, yes, Ratan.
comma will come after key and a value pair.
That
One
is
object.
when we having a when we having a multiple values here. Okay, that we will discuss now. Okay, while creating a data, we'll talk about that. Okay, this a
Yes,
comma
yes.
is there since I have a single key value pair, right? When I have a
Uh,
multiple, key value pair, to differentiate from one value to second value, we have to put a comma. Okay,
one
I will tell you
between
now.
all. Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. When we are creating an object and array, we'll talk about that. Okay. Yeah. So now array representation. So how to represent the array? So starts with a square bracket, and I will just take a numbers 1, 2, 3, and closing of the square bracket. This is array representation here. Okay. So my value can be a array as well. Okay. My value can be a array, and my value can be a object, and my value can be string. Okay, my value can be string. Okay, nothing but just take an example like just a name and all we will be specifying, right? Like Raghav. Okay, and Anvi. Okay. Hmm. So my value can be a objects, my value can be a array, my value can be a string, and my value can be a numbers. My value can also be a numbers. So when it comes to number, decimal number, integer number, whole number, scientific number, everything will be considered. Okay. 1.5, negative numbers. Okay. Everything will be considered in this number. Then my value can be a Boolean as well. Boolean. We have a Boolean data, right? So what it is accepting in the Boolean, only two values can be used. Okay. One is true. We can use only the two values, true or false. Boolean value can be a true or it can be a false. And also it's accepting a null value as well. Okay. Hmm. Okay. So now the question is so yeah, okay. So JSON key always represent a string format. Okay, key always be a string. Key means this one. Okay, see, key always represent a string format. This value, okay, value of the JSON may be a anything of the listed below. It can be a object, it can be a array, it can be a string, it can be a number, it can be a boolean, and it can be a null. See, this is the interview question they will ask you. Okay, so now tell me, what are the data types is applicable for the JSON key? What are the data types applicable for the JSON key?
String. String, ma'am. String.
So, yeah, are you sure
Yes.
everyone is, agree with that answer? What are the data types applicable for the, JSON key?
Array, string, numbers, boolean, null.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So how many of you agree with who is the other answer? One is Rana answered like array, string, object that is applicable for the key. One more answer I got right. Who has answered that? Is that Maruti or Dushman?
Yes,
Dushman.
string, integer, boolean.
Mm-hmm.
Key can be only
Okay.
string, right? You only said actually.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, that's what I'm asking. Okay, so key can be only the string. See, this is how they make you confuse. Okay, so what are the data types applicable for the JSON key? Okay, you should not get confused. Okay, they are making you get confused while asking the question. Okay, it's not what are the, because it's just a single format. It is applicable for the key. Okay, so key always remains a string only. Okay, the value can be changes, it can be an object, it can be an array, it can be a string, number, boolean, null. Okay, it can be changes according to the data that we are passing of the value, but key always remains string only. So they will make you confused by asking like this. Okay, you should not get confused by the time. So key should be a string. Okay, so other value can be changes to whatever the following data types is there, right? Applicable data type. So according to that, the value may get changed. Okay, so this is one thing. Remember this, okay? So because many times they are confuse you like this only by asking this like these questions. So okay with the data types, right? Data types clear. Okay. So we have studied like what is JSON and what is the purpose of the JSON and use of the JSON and types of the JSON is done now. Okay. So now syntax. Okay, rules and syntax now. If we learn the rules and syntax, then we will start syntax rules. Okay. Data is okay. So this is the syntax that we are following in a JSON creation. Okay. So what is the syntax? So data is in key value pair or name value pair. Okay. So always we have to represent the data inside the JSON with a key value pair. Okay. and data is separated by commas. Okay, whenever we are representing a multiple data inside the objects or inside the array, we have to separate it by with the commas, with previous data to current data. Okay, so afterwards, curly braces holds the object. Curly braces holds the object means curly braces represents the object. Okay, so this curly brace representing a object, which means that when we talk about JSON object, it should start with the curly braces only. Okay, so curly braces represent the object. Square bracket holds the array. Okay, if the square bracket holds the array means square bracket holds the array in the sense, maybe for the single key it is storing a multiple values. Okay, when arrays come into the picture, whenever we want to store multiple value inside the single variable, we are making use of a concept called the arrays. Okay, so let's take a user is there. User is having a three phone numbers. Okay, he's having a three sim with him. Okay, so he wants to store that with a single key, that is phone number. In the phone number, he has to represent three phone numbers also. So, since he is having a three phone number, defining like phone number one, phone number two, phone number three is not a good approach, right? Inside the phone number, all the phone numbers should be available. That is what the theme, right? So in that case, we have to represent by using a array. Okay. So object means nothing but, having a multiple data inside that. Okay. We will be working now. You will get an understanding of that. Okay. But remember, now we are going to start writing the object and arrays. But before that, clear with these things, okay? Because now you have to guide me how I have to start, what I'm writing, all those things you have to tell, okay? So key should be string and value should be a object, array, string, number, boolean, null. Okay, any type you can take as part of the value, okay? And syntax is we have to represent the data in key value format, and from one data to maybe here I have one more data means I have to keep a comma here. Okay, I have to separate with the this data and this data with a comma, and curly braces holds the object and square braces holds the array. Okay, so this is all what we want now before jumping into the creation of the object and creation of the array. Okay, so hope we are clear with this information. Clear? We are good with this, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, yes.
we are good. Yeah. Okay, okay. So now what we will do, okay. So we'll start writing a JSON object and JSON array. We'll start writing creation of the data now. Okay. So for that, we'll make use of a notepad. If you have a notepad plus plus also, you can use that. Okay. And save the file with a .json symbol. Mm, Fine. Okay. First, we'll start writing the data. Okay. So you know the syntax and all now. So before, okay, first, whenever we are, trying to create a data in a JSON, okay, so we have to start with the curly braces. Okay, so JSON is nothing but JavaScript object notation. So we have to represent the data first with the object means here whenever we talk about the object, we have to make use of a curly braces. Okay, so I'm starting my data with the curly braces first. Okay, so this is my curly brace. I'm representing the JSON data, which means that I'm representing the JSON data. When I started the curly brace, when I'm closing the curly brace, in between whatever the things I'm having, so which means that I'm representing the JSON data. Okay, so in this representation, so what I'm trying to do here, what I will do, I will create a array first. Okay, so let's take users is the array now. Okay, I'm defining a user array. Users array. Why I'm defining users array? Okay, array means what? How to start the array now? See, for this object, see, this is the object representation. This is my key. Okay, user is the key. I'm representing in a string format. For this key, the value is of type array. How to start array in JSON?
Square bracket.
Yeah, okay. So I'm starting because value for this user value I'm representing in a array type. Okay, I'm not interested to represent in a object type, string type, boolean, all other types is having. So I'm representing in a array type. So since I'm interested to create a array information, I'm starting with the square braces because in JSON array representation should be opening of square bracket and closing of a square bracket. Okay, so which means that the user key is accepting a value of type array. Okay, so inside this array, so why this array? See, if it is accepting a array means obviously it contains the multiple data or single data inside. If it is accepting array
Multiple.
means
Multiple.
multiple data. Okay, so users is the key. For this value is multiple data we have to represent. Okay, maybe you guys are the users. Maybe you're around 10 users are available now. 10 users are there now. I want to represent all the 10 users data now. So what I did, I started object notation here. I started the JSON object. Then I'm passing a key as a users, and then value I have to represent. Inside the value I have to represent what all available now here, right? Your first name, last name, phone number, everything I have to represent here. Okay, so for that what I will do, for each user, for example here totally 10 members we have, right? For the Dushman I have to create a one object. So in that object all the details about the Dushman is available. Then I will create a object for the Maruti. So there, all the information related to Maruti is available. Then I will create Prakash and so on. Okay. So in each and every object representation, I will be having a information about the each user. So now I will start here. First, I will start the object. Inside the object, first name. First start with the first name. Okay. First name. Then the first name is Harshil. I'm giving as a Harshil. Okay. Then I want to represent the last name as well. See, I'm separating it with a comma now. Okay. Because my JSON rules is telling that from one data to another data I have to use the comma separated data I have to create. So now the next thing is I will create here last name.
Mom, the class is 1 hour, right?
Yes, Rana, 1 hour. And ages. Okay. Here I'm closing my object. Here I'm closing a object. Okay. This is all about Archil. Okay. I want to represent some other information now. Okay. I will copy this and from this object to the next whatever the object I will create, I have to separate with the comma. So I'm separating with the comma here and I'm adding it here. Just here had like okay.
So this is what is considered JSON format.
Yeah, this is the JSON. Yeah, format. No, this is like, creating an object and arrays. By making use of a format and the syntax that we have, we are creating a data. Okay, so we are creating a data in the JSON. Okay, here, so we have started with the object here. We have started with the object and we have a key. For this key, we have a value like a array. So in this array, we have started with open braces and square bracket of open square bracket and closing square bracket. In that, we are representing the multiple data. So how we are representing in the form of object. Okay. So whenever we start and open the curly brace, which means that object representation. So inside the object representation, we are having a information about the each and every user. Okay. So this is how we need to create a sample request. Okay. So this is a sample data creation. Yet we have a complex data creation and nested complex data creation. All those we have to learn. But till this, are you guys clear or any doubt?
Now it's clear.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. So here you can see here what are the data types I have used for the data. What do you guys think? What are the data types we have used here while we are specifying a data inside the each and every object?
Harshil, I have one
String,
query.
integers.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Yeah. From first curly brace to last curly brace, we can call entire part is object. Then after
Uh-huh.
users, we use that curly open bracket, right? In between that
Uh-huh.
open bracket data, what we call body or what we call this
This
data.
one?
Yeah, entire two.
Yeah,
We created two arrays, right? What do you call in
yeah.
between data available in that open brackets, right? What do you call that data?
So this is also the object. See, this is the JSON representation object. We started
Okay.
and we are closing. JSON representation it is. Okay, means
Okay.
in
Okay.
JSON, data will start, representing the data will start with the opening of the curly braces and closing of the curly braces only. Means whenever we're
Okay.
starting with curly braces, then which means that we are creating a JSON data. That is
Okay.
how we represent the JSON data. Okay. So
Okay.
after that, each and every data creation inside the JSON, we have to follow this. Means this is also like object representation. This is one object representation. This is another object representation. Which means that inside the JSON, each and every information we have to represent in a object.
Okay.
Okay. So, for example,
Okay.
see actual information also I have represented with the object only. And other information is all the information we have to represent with the object only in the JSON.
Okay.
Okay.
During this course, we will take REST API and SOAP API or only REST API?
Yeah, just only REST API with Postman and REST assured. So we are not touching there. Okay, we are not going with a SOAP. It's completely focused on the REST APIs only. In REST APIs, I'm covering complete end to end, like Postman. First, we are starting with the Postman. Then
Okay.
we are covering all the what are all the scenarios we can do in the Postman that we are covering in the Postman. Once after covering in the Postman, then we are jumping into the rest assured library. In the rest assured library also, we are referring a official document and we are trying to cover maximum scenarios there as well. Then in covering in
Is,
the rest assured, then we are jumping into the framework.
is there any certification we can take after finishing this course?
After finish means you are asking like from the DURGASOFT they are giving certificate, like that you're asking?
No, I mean in the industry, is there any exam or certification we can do after finishing this course?
Yes, you can do. If you wish to do means you can you can do. Many platforms is available, right? I will just guide you, okay, by going forward. So some platforms are there where you can yeah, where you can participate in that. Okay, so
Okay.
I will just give you idea on that. Okay, so any doubt in you, whatever concept I covered, guys? Any doubt? This is just simple data creation, okay? But yes, we have to create a complex data and nested data, all those data we have. So, okay, so how we can handle those data, we'll see in the tomorrow session. But are you guys okay with this information?
Yes,
Are you guys
thank you.
okay to? Yeah.
Yes. Harshil, are you recording these sessions? You will sharing after the completing the class?
Yeah, Nikhil, like, this is the demo sessions, right? Yes, online team will be sending you through the mail, I guess, okay? Or else
Okay.
they are uploading, maybe in the mail they will send you the link, okay? Or else they will upload in the YouTube as well. Or else maybe they are sending you the mail. In that mail, they will attach a demo link.
Not demo, Harshil. I'm asking actual classes, all
Oh, yes.
classes.
Yeah, all classes video will be recorded and they will be sending you through the Google Drive. Okay,
Okay.
that is
Okay.
like, each and every session be recorded, and all
Mhm.
the session, they will be uploading in the Google Drive, and they will be giving access to that Google Drive.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So Nikhil, like, yeah, I heard from the Mohan sir that you interested for the postman, right?
Yes, yes. Because
Okay,
I'm
okay.
currently working in my organization. In that,
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
I'm facing some challenges. I'm trying on my own. So in that way, I felt maybe if I take a thorough class, that will be
Uh-huh.
that will be cool
Uh-huh.
to answer every minute.
Okay,
So
okay.
my focus is mainly on postman only, handling different type of requests,
Okay.
different type of responses. Yeah,
Okay, okay. Okay, I will talk with you in offline, Nikhil, okay?
yeah. Can we connect
Let's talk
now
offline.
in 5 minutes?
After this, immediately after I have a session.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll talk by 10 a.m. is okay?
okay, okay. So how can I connect with you, firstly? Firstly?
This Nazir sir have a contact, right? Nazir sir or Mohan sir is our contact.
Oh yeah.
This yeah. Tell them they will connect with me, okay?
Okay.
Hello. Hello,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes, yeah. Yeah,
My
tell
One
them.
more thing.
port method
Yeah, please carry on. After that, I'll ask.
my port method I not get response.
Okay, share your screen. So someone is asking Babai. Okay, are you clear with all the doubts?
Yes, Harshil. I'm done.
Okay, okay. So here, Dushman, so you are
Yes,
using with a put method or a post method.
post I
You
yes,
are using a
post
post means you are trying to create a data inside the server, correct?
yes, yes.
Okay. This is your request. This is your request,
Uh,
right?
yes, yes.
Okay, okay, okay. So here you are giving a data in the body. Fine. You're selecting a JSON as a content type. Okay, okay. Show me the authorization of your passing. Click on authorization. Okay, you're passing a API key and you're passing a key as well. Okay, so you're selecting a HTTP method, that is also fine. And when it comes to the URL, okay, see, look at there. See, okay, services are like, even if you pass extra space also, it will not consider the request as a good request. It will give you, you're sending a bad request. Okay, see, if you observe there in the URL, you are passing a space along with the endpoint. Okay, just click
Huh.
once, go to the URL. Yes, double click. Okay, see, you are passing a space there. That's why some, arrow mark is showing right there. Okay, just, give a space. Okay, copy the URL. I will tell you. Copy the URL. Control A, Control C. Don't copy space. Okay, you
Yes,
copy first. I will tell you.
yes, yes. I copied.
Copy and remove. Remove that. Cancel it completely.
I
Okay.
paste.
See,
Huh.
yeah, no, don't paste it again. Still you have a space there. Okay, just backspace. You enter the backspace. See that arrow mark is
Backspace.
right? Yeah, that you are able to see that arrow mark, right?
Try to click delete, I think. Can you try delete? Delete button.
Delete button.
Yeah.
No, come this side. No. See, that is something, the blinking, right? So that blink
Ah,
has to come right side. Then you, okay, yeah, now backspace, enter. Click on backspace. Click backspace. Yes. Okay. So now you remove the space. Now you copy, paste the URL. Ayo, again, okay, you remove, okay, click on backspace now. Click on back, yes, one more backspace. Yes, okay. You now save the request and send the request. Save the request and send the request. Send it. Invalid parameter. Oh, still you have a space somewhere.
Yeah, Harshil, I'll connect again with you. I'm here. You
Okay.
can continue. The demo is over, right? Class is over, right?
Yes, yeah. Class is over. Okay.
Actually, I'm
Yeah.
also having one issue in my work. I want to discuss with you, but I think
Okay.
now you're continuing. So as you
Okay.
promised me that we will connect at 10 o'clock, I'll explain. I'll discuss with you that time.
Okay, Nikhil. Yeah, we'll connect off. Yeah, sure.
Okay, thanks.
So you
Thanks,
just,
sir.
inform the Nazir sir or Mohan sir. So they will, they will connect with me. Okay.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So
Yeah.
this one, we'll do one thing. Okay. We'll connect it. Okay, offline. So just what you have to do, you are entering some space in your request. Okay. So that's why it is not taking as a good request. It's showing you as a bad request. Okay. Remove the
yes.
space. Okay. Remove the space. I will remove the space. Okay. So then you send the request. Try to send the request. Invalid parameter. So okay. Go to the body. What spaces you have. Okay. Still you are getting invalid, right?
No, I am not. Now I will send.
Still not found. Okay. API error not found. Request resource not found. See, there you have one more extra character. That's why. Workspaces, after the S, you have dot something you have. Remove that. Give the endpoint. Yeah, remove that. Remove. Yes. You should just send a request now. Click on send request. Ouch. See, some ways you are doing a mistake, okay? Maybe you are sending extra space or extra, extra space you are sending, or somewhere you are entering extra character. The issue with the URL only. Some extra, information parameter is going there, which is not taking, for the service. Service is not able to take that, okay? So double click again on the URL. Okay. Copy that. Copy. Don't take us any space. Copy that. Then you delete the whatever you have now, and then enter and send the request.
Now delete this URL.
Yes, yeah. See, guys, okay. So you should not pass any spaces, okay, because even the space is considered as an information in the server, okay. I mean, some information that we are passing like that, it will consider. If you pass the space answer, it will not give you the result. It will throw you like a bad request. So you have to be very careful while you are, sending the information to the server.
There is not showing save button. No. Save button is not showing. How I will save and now only pass.
Okay. Oh, what happened?
there is a save button is not showing. Okay, and I will save first.
Mm-hmm. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, I'll check. Okay. So before HTTP, are you giving any space there? Before HTTP? Before
First,
HTTP in the URL HTTP is starting, right? So there, are you giving any space?
no.
Spaces. Okay. Check once. Go to that. Check once. Go to the before the H and click on backspace. So here
Here, ma'am.
HTTPS. There you are giving any space? No, right?
No.
Okay. Okay, Deshmant, no, we'll see this. Okay, why? But somewhere you are sending a space. This URL, whatever you are sending, it's taking some space. Invalid parameter. Okay. So okay, personal is there. Fine. So body dot visibility status should be equal to one of the allowed value. Okay. Okay. So make that p. Okay, got it. See, you are sending a type, right? Make that p as a small p. Now you send
This
a
one.
request. No, yeah. Now you send a request. Now type is okay. If you send a type, okay, okay. So
Yes.
so what was happening is, see, one thing is two mistake you are doing in this. Okay, one thing is in the URL field along with the URL you are adding some extra space. But you are adding a space, but server is not understanding that space. Okay, server just want a complete URL. That's it. Apart from that, it doesn't want any extra character because it will not understand us. Okay, so we should be very careful how we are sending the request. Okay, we should not send any space along with the URL. That is one thing. Okay, and
Yes.
next thing is this type. Okay, the type should be similar to the type how they are giving in a document. If you refer the postman document, they are giving a personal and team. Okay, so the first letter of the personal is not a capital they are giving as a small letter. The first letter of the team, they're not giving a capital, they're giving a small. You have to use the same thing here. If you use some other thing, so what is the issue you are getting? Body dot visibility should match with the one of the allowed type. It is not matching, so you have to read the error. Okay, initially while I was concentrating on the space, then when I checked your error, so okay, they are telling clearly that the type should not matching, the type is not match the type, like that they were telling in the error. So immediately what
Yes.
you have to do, so by looking into that error message only, you have to analyze here. Okay, they're talking about type. Let me check type once. Okay, you have to refer your document and you have to check what type they're specifying, how they are passing the type information, how I am passing. Like that, you just have to cross verify.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. Yes.
so you have to
Okay.
cross verify and you have to fix it. Okay,
Yes. Yes.
so why I'm
Yes. Yes.
telling all this means in the future also, if you get like this, you have to analyze and you have to give a fix. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So
Okay.
refer the postman document while you're working. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Refer the document and do it. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, guys. Then thanks for joining. Again, we'll connect tomorrow. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.